Well, Merry Christmas to all the Outlander fans around the world. You're all amazing. Marsley Fraser here at your service. We love you. I think you're amazing. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Tash, wonderful Tash Pow, thank you so much for doing this video and asking us all to be involved and wishing the best fans in the world a Happy Christmas. The best fans in the world. I hope you all get as many reindeer as possible. I hope you get as many Santa Clauses coming down your chimney as possible. I'm sitting here on my balcony having my coffee for looking out at a very crisp Christmassy morning and wintry Christmassy morning, and all I can think of is how lucky I am that you are the fans that I get to say hello to. So cheers. I'll be hot coffee. Merry Christmas. Have a snowy, happy new year. And I can't wait for you all to see season 6. It's the best. It's amazing. You're going to love it. Droughtlander won't be over. Won't be over. Will be over soon. Imagine that was the announcement. Droughtlander won't be ever over. Sorry. It'll be over soon. Guys, love you all. Merry Christmas from Marsley. Have a badass Christmas. You know she would. Lots of love. Lauren Lyle.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go. Take a look at the 5 and dime. I don't know the words, but I'll sing the tune as much as I can. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go. Do 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 do. Have a happy Merry Christmas, Outlander fans. Happy Christmas. Hope you all have a great time.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, Outlander style. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the big house not a creature was wandering, not even Jamie's spouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney up high, in the hopes that come Yuletide they would all be quite dry. Clare in her skin and Jamie, side grin, had just settled down for a long winter's spin, when out on the lawn there arose such a ruckus that Jamie sprang from the bed and said, "Och, what's that fuckus?" Away to the window he flew like a flash, thinking, "Aye, it was just yesterday I had Clare on this sash." He looked back at Clare and gave her a wink, though, as well as we know Jamie, it was more of a blink. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the lustre of midday to the objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a bunch of Highlanders, a sight to see and hear. With Angus and Rupert so lively and quick, I knew in a moment that Dougal would be here on the quick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and Dougal whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Angus, now Rupert, now William, Ned, on Ian, on Geordie, on Simon and Fred. To the edge of the loch, to the top of the wall. Now on your way, on your way, on your way all. As dry leaves are before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, their bellies full of whiskey, and with some murder too. And then in a twinkling I heard them all hoot, the stomping and scuffing of each massive boot. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Murta came with a bound. He was dressed all in tartan, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of Sassenach whiskey he had flung on his back, and he looked like a pedlar just opening his pack. His eyes, oh, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stainless steel flask he held tight in his teeth, and the vapours encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He seemed grumpy and drunk, right crotchety old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, went straight to his work and filled all the whiskey glasses, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his horse, to his lads gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And it was in that very moment that Jamie did know that his Christmas would be warm in spite of the snow, for Jamie had everything he could ever need: a wandering spouse, family, and of course his trusty steed. He had William, Fergus, Marsali, young Ian and Bree, Jemmy, Germaine, Mandy, Joni and Felicity. With Faith and Henri Christian never far from his heart. He even thought of bloody Roger as part of his cart. Also Jenny and Ian and all of their brood. He very much loved his dear sister, even with her stern mood. There was also his very good friend, Lord John Grey, who more often than not had saved Jamie's day. While Jamie was thinking, Mrs. Fitz did appear. "Was that jolly St. Murta that I did hear?" I nodded my head, as I gave her a smirk. "He's drunk more of the whiskey, the bloody great jerk." She tisked several times and then shook her head. "Where are the weans? Still asleep in their bed." Jamie smiled as he thought of the bairns safe and warm, dreaming of presents they'll open by morn. So it was then that Jamie and Mrs. Fitz filled the stockings with care, and when they were finished a dram they did share. With a smile, a nod, and a Merry Christmas to all, Jamie decided to go wake his wife, and yes, he was skipping down the hall. And while Jamie and Claire celebrated their love, Angus was very drunk, and Rupert had lost his glove. Dougal was ranting and raving, it was quite a sight to see, and St. Murta was smiling, telling the whole story to a bee. Merry Christmas.
Okay, I'm wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas. Joyeux Noël à tout le monde, the Outlander family. Outlander Season 6 is coming. See you soon.